Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lunar Roots. I'm Janae, and today I want to talk to you about the core of what we do here, which is the moon phases. So the moon has been a guide and inspiration for humans for centuries. They have been a part of our ancestors for so long of how to live in tune with the moon and the cycles of nature. When you think about the moon, it's not just a celestial body in the sky. It's so much more than that. It's a symbol of cycles, intuition, and transformation. And understanding the moon phases can really help you align with the natural rhythms and to connect more deeply with ourselves and the world around us. So let's go ahead and get into the 8 primary phases of the moon. Now, the moon has about a 29.5-day cycle, and the very first phase of the moon starts off with the new moon. So this is the very beginning of the lunar cycle. The sky is dark, all you can see are the stars, and it's really a time for planting seeds and intentions. So literally and metaphorically, it's really the perfect moment to really start intentions and to start new projects. It's like a cosmic reset. Now, once the new moon phase comes around, if you think about how it looks in the sky, the moon is right between the earth and the sun. So from our perspective, we're seeing the moon's shadow. Once the new moon comes around, the waxing phase starts to take place. The moon starts to kind of peek out of its shadow, and it begins with the waxing crescent. So this is when the moon starts to grow, and so does our energy. And this is a time for building momentum, to keep going, and to really start taking the first steps toward our goals. And then once the waxing crescent comes around, it's the first quarter. So this is where the moon is halfway lit. And it's really a moment to start to face challenges and to make decisions. So it's a phase of the moon where you're pushing through resistance and just to really determine yourself to keep going, like be disciplined and keep going. Then the waxing gibbous comes along, and this is when the moon is really almost nearly full. And this is a phase that's for like refinement. So we're close to our goals, and it really is a time to like adjust and start to perfect our plans. And then the full moon comes around. And during the full moon, this is when the earth is right between the moon and the sun. So it's opposite. And this is when it's completely illuminated. It's so full. It's a time of celebration, of culmination, and really releasing anything that no longer serves us. So emotions can really start to run high during this time. So it's really important that you start to stay grounded. But it really is a beautiful, beautiful time to celebrate, reflect, and release. Then we have the waning phase. So the waning gibbous is right after the full moon, so it's pretty still big and bright, but this is the energy that starts to wane. So this is a phase of gratitude, of reflection, and really starting to share with others what we've learned. And then the last quarter, or the third quarter, comes around as well. And this is when the moon is halfway lit again on the opposite side, but now it's waning. So this is a time where we really start to release and to let go. Like what's no longer aligned with your path, what's really something that you want to let go of, it's time to start to clear that out of you. And then the waning crescent comes along. So this is like the final phase of the cycle, which invites us to really rest and restore. It's a time for introspection, for surrender, for really preparing for the new cycle ahead. And once the waning phase is over, the new moon starts to come back around and the whole cycle restarts. So the beauty of working with the moon is that it's really a reminder that life is not linear. So it's cyclical, right? Like there's a time for everything. There's a time for planting, for growing, for harvesting, and then also resting. So at Lunar Roots, we really want to honor these phases and these rituals through moon circles and through community connection. So I really invite you to pay attention to the moon this month and see how it influences your energy and even your emotions. What's really cool about the moon too is that the moon moves through the zodiac wheel every 2 days. So when we have a new moon, it's always in the same sign as the current sun season that we are in. And then when you have a full moon, it's in the same sign, or the opposite sign of that current sun season. There's Howie. So what's really cool about the moon is that it moves through the zodiac wheel every 2 days. So when we have a new moon, it's always in the same sign as the current sun season that we are in. And then we have the full moon, it's opposite of the current sun season sign. So, like, for example, let's say we have a new moon in Capricorn. Then our full moon is going to be in Cancer, because on the zodiac wheel, Cancer and Capricorn are opposites of each other. It's also really cool because you can pay attention to the energies of that sign. So, like, let's say there's a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is ambitious, it's driven, it's success, it's disciplined. And so when you have a new moon, remember, we're planting seeds, we're setting intentions, we're setting ourselves up for growth. So the new moon in Capricorn is really a way to get really, that's my dog. The new moon in Capricorn is really a way to get disciplined and to really work towards what you want and what you want to manifest. Now we have a full moon in Cancer. The full moon in Cancer is really a time of introspection. It's a time of getting into our inner worlds, and it's a time to really start to nurture ourselves and to feel comfortable at home, to really start to focus on family and the things that make us happy and emotional. So what's really cool about doing rituals with the current sign or the opposite sign is that you can cater your rituals towards that zodiac sign. So you'll see a lot of rituals here at Lunar Roots where we cater towards those signs because it gives you a different flavor for each month. It gives you a way to really start to hone in on your rituals and to make it different each time so you're not doing the same thing. There's nothing wrong with that. You can totally do the same rituals if you want to, but when you really know what sign the moon is in, it gives you a little bit more spice. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Lunar Roots, and also share your thoughts with me in the comments below. So what's your favorite moon phase and how do you work with its energy? Me, it's the full moon. I always love to celebrate with some self-care. I reflect by really starting to journal, and then I release by doing like a fire burning ritual or a water ritual. So thank you for connecting with me and the moon's wisdom. Until next time, be guided by the moon and grounded by roots.